Chad here, representing the Genx, representing the Second Amendment, recommend representing the patriots, the freedom believers, and the American flag. So let's get into it. We're going to talk about guns tonight. We're going to talk about Gen X with guns, and we're going to talk about the instability inside this country. If you got some other conversations you want to get into, it's probably not going to happen here. I'm just saying, I'm the Revradchad. I set the tone. So hopefully we'll get some people joining in here and get my tea here. And we'll rock and roll. And we'll talk about stuff. So I've seen a lot of pages, a lot of people talking about, the influx in our country of people that don't like our country and that would like to change and imbalance it. And what I don't think a lot of people realize is that Gen X, age-wise, statistics-wise, is like probably one of the biggest groups in the country. And we grew up watching movies where the heroes defended our country, where the heroes had everybody's interest in their best interest. They protected people. They protected the innocent, the victims, and we used to revel in that. And now the movies are all about like the perpetrator being terrible, and we're into that. So, yeah, that's not real. Guns, freedom, America, the flag, that's real. That's what we need to talk about. That's what we need to get involved in. That's what we need to find our people. You need to realize that in hard times, you side with your neighbors. You side with the people in your neighborhood. You side with your like-minded man, because the people that don't like this country, they won't care which group of people you're in. They'll just be against you. So we as Americans, white, brown, black, we all just get together and we make one group. And that group would be so much more powerful than any government or anything else could ever be. If we could just maintain that, that's what American is. That's what patriotism is us connecting as a group. Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. I don't have my glasses on because they're glaring back in the screen. Marcus, hello. Newsflash, how you doing? Your neighbors hate guns. You guess you got to side with them? Oh, that sucks for you. I don't want to live in that neighborhood, thank God. I don't live in that neighborhood. I don't live any place like that. And I'm very thankful to my God that I don't have to live in a place like that. I don't want somebody else to choose my liberty. I don't want somebody else to choose when they decide my day ends and I just have to sit there and accept it. If God ends my day, I'll understand that, because then we'll be hanging out. But some random person from some hate, from some opposite thing against the world I live in, I don't want to deal with that. PBR now, Chevy, 27 forever, Great Beer, choice partner. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yep, I'm a big PBR fan. That sticker actually is like a pure white trash sticker, just in a PBR emblem. But hey, the whole thing for tonight is I was kind of like, looking for my Gen Xer people, talking about like how many of you guys are armed. I know you are. All my friends that are my age are armed, to the teeth. And we all been watching Red Dawn for 30 years being like, man, if that happened to us, this is what we would do. We're kind of there now. We're all it's going to take is them to do something, and we're at that level, but we're already prepared for that. Destiny or autonomy. What do you mean by that? I don't know. The destiny or autonomy. What do you mean by that? I believe in the Second Amendment. I also believe that there are. Oh, sure, absolutely. Crazy people, mental people, people that are unstable, people that need people that need man-made chemicals to live through the day. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If you're on a medicine that comes out of a pill bottle every single day, all day long, you probably don't need a bunch of guns around you. No, absolutely not. You know, if you're completely unstable or you have mental issues, probably not. Absolutely. Everybody else, normal, go to work, function, live normal, don't break any laws, don't cause any problems, don't make any violence, got a good clean record, background life, guns. Absolutely. You're right. Mark Mark Dicklick says, fuck America. Okay, Marcus Dicklick. You go fuck America, cool guy. Yeah. I like America. It's a great place. If you don't like it, you could go somewhere else. And if you don't live here, then don't even chime in on my thing, because why you wanna chime in on something that you don't like? I hate idiots. I hate idiots. I have never, ever, ever sat on a feed from something I didn't like and wasted my time there. So you idiots are retarded. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's reasonable. Drugs is the same thing as mentally unstable. Some crackhead doesn't need a gun. No, absolutely not. Chevy forever. No, you do exactly what you need, man. You stand up for your family, you stand up for your people, and you stand up for your fellow countrymen. That's honorable. We love you. We respect you, Chevy 227 something forever. Awesome, bro. Mark Dicklick is talking shit again. I live in America, Nashville, Tennessee. The hell is not America, not more than this America. Hell, you're a retard. Let's all take this guy. Hang on, let me fuck this guy off. Yeah, report him for harassment. Now let's get you for the hate speech. There we go. Yeah, bye bye, dickhead. You're out of there. I'm not going to listen to rude people or disrespectful people. I just want to talk to real people. You can have your opinion as long as you're cool. It doesn't have to be the same opinion, but you can't just get in here and say hateful shit and hate the country and hate everybody. You can't just start with hate. Like, that's bullshit. You can't say F the country. No, you are a harassing piece of shit, dude. Now I'm gonna how do I block your stupid ass? Let's find you. Figure out how to block your stupid ass. I hate people like you. I don't want you in my room. I want people in my room that are going to have positive discourse. Positive discourse. And you're not speaking your mind with positive discourse. The first thing you said was, fuck America. That's not positive discourse. That's dickhead speech. That's retard jerkism. That's what you are. A jerk. An asshole. I want you guys in here. Sorry, I missed some of you guys' comments while I was trying to delete this fucking dick. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with the record cleaning thing, man, because people make mistakes. I know kids when I was a kid, I know other children that like at 18 got like a felony for like, doing something stupid in somebody else's garage or something, and they couldn't own a gun ever their whole life, go hunt, go be a good, reasonable, respectable person, protect their family. Obviously nothing violent, nothing excessively criminal, nothing where you would hurt somebody, nothing where you're robbing people. But some guy gets a DUI when he's 25 and he's 50 and he wants to own a gun. I don't think that equates. I think some of those rules are a little crazy. Let's see where we're at. Oh, here's this fucking idiot again. I'm just gonna remove him. I wish you could block you. I shouldn't have to block you, bro. I've deleted you like 10 times. That should make it sense. You're not welcome here. Go to timeout, then scroll down to hide from chat. Hide. I don't know. Are you talking about hiding the other dude? Because I'm not hiding. I want to talk to regular people about the subject of the thing. I don't want to talk about hating America. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about liking America. Nah, if you can't be trusted not to drive drunk, you shouldn't own a gun. Yeah, like I said, if the guy is 25 years old and he got in a drunk driving ticket and didn't hurt anybody, and he's 50 years old and it's 25 years later, that shouldn't prevent him from getting a rifle and going hunting on fucking deer. Just what that's reasonable. America is beautiful. I'm from Scotland. Hey, thank you, Scotland, for chiming in. America is beautiful. Scotland's very beautiful. I've never been there, but I've seen photographs of it. That's where my people are from. So I appreciate you for chiming in. Hey, thank you for being positive, Jorge. Drunk driving has nothing to do with firearms. I was just using an analogy of a crime that could end up as a felony record issue and how it relates to your danger with the firearm. They're two totally different things. Absolutely. But it could, if you had maybe if you were like 20 and you had two of them in the one couple years, they could change that. They could upgrade the class. Depends on the state you're in. I don't think so in Arizona, but I'm pretty sure when I lived in Colorado, they can like upgrade that stuff and take your life out over, driving mistakes. So I don't know. Yeah, drunk driving definitely shows a lack of responsibility and it's very dangerous. But I think that a lot of probably from what I know about people and adults and grown-ups, and I just turned 53, I've known many adults to drink enough alcohol to get a drunk driving charge that drove fine or made it home from the restaurant. Pretty much every adult that drinks 2 drinks with dinner is at drunk driving level in most states. So you can get all, that's what I mean. You get too righteous over specifics and individual things rather than the overall topic. That's exactly my point. So faking. That's exactly my point. Is it some of these mistakes that are being made have been written down on these people have been made when they were young, or like say an 18-year-old kid wrote his grandma's check without permission, right? And now that's actually fraud. That's a felony, right? That's all he ever did. He never did anything wrong. He's 40 years old and would like to buy a gun because now he has children and would like to protect them. He lives in the mountains. They have bears. So that's what I'm saying. There should be some kind of common sense, right, logic where we don't make rules that just stand on visual principles that actually stand on the tangible amount of the things involved. That's how tickets work. You get a speeding ticket, they charge you relative to what you did. They don't just like take away your driver's license immediately and you never drive again. So yeah, I think, you know, going back and looking at those laws and checking with people, or not with people, but I think going back and looking at some of that stuff and revisiting the way we handle some of those rules would be okay. But you still should be a totally coherent person, totally legal, no crimes, own your gun, own it safely, no gun safety, have your family trained safely. So I'm definitely a firm advocate of all of those things as well. You should never own a gun if you've never gone to like a gun class or a range. You just buy a gun, unless you live in the woods where you can like shoot yourself and not hurt anybody. I would recommend anybody who's never owned a gun go to a gun range or a gun store and buy your gun there for your first purchase rather than just through people. In this country, most people have been taught guns through their family. Probably 35, 40% of new gun owners come from families that never owned guns. But a large portion of the gun owners in this country come from generations of people that own guns. Hang on, my feed was pausing. Well, requiring gun safety is actually against your right to own a gun. What I'm saying is if you don't know anything about guns and you have no education on guns, before you buy a gun, you should get some kind of education. I shouldn't require it because I was raised in the generational group of people who I knew gun safety long before I was old enough to go join any class. So that's an infringement of right. That's an infringement upon the amendment. That's what I'm talking about today. So yeah, you've got some good points, Yumi. But are you from America? Do you live here? Are you a citizen? Do you believe in gun rights, or are you not for gun rights? Cited, not cute. I don't know what that means. Yes. You're what? Yep, absolutely. Well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Absolutely. That's the real quote. So yeah, you did left that off the front, but it's enough for the average person to get the full gist of it. But that's the real of it, man. You know? Okay. Did everybody behave with the guns in your room, Yumi? Was everybody cool? Like, did anybody cause any problems? Did the guns ever do anything by themselves? No? What's up, Nebo? You don't have to go there, bro. We'll have to. But that's not really the that's not really a concern. Peace, Jorge. God's our only option. Those are brown. No, there's no argument. We're not arguing about the Second Amendment because there's nothing to argue about. It is what it is. It's already there. It's not going anywhere. And by the time, in order for it to go somewhere, this country would go into serious civil disrest before anyone would be willing to just say, we'll accept the tyranny that we watch around the world. Why does it matter where Yumi's from? Why does that matter? Most of the time, these names are made up. Most of the time, these names are made up. The handles are partially made up. So why does that specifically matter? The person has identified themselves, as from here, just sharing their opinion. I've said many a times in the live feeds in the previous time, there won't be any hate here. You could say what you want. You can have your opinion, but there won't be any hate over who you are, where you came from. What you say is what you say. So let's not do that. What question would you like to ask, Niva? I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see very good. What would you like to ask? Facts, jobs, look into your online activities. What does that have to do with anything? Online activities. You're allowed to have guns. It's part of the freedom of this country. I'm not sure what you're worried about. I definitely don't have any online activities that are bad. I come on this channel and I go on the Instagram and I go on the YouTube and Pandora. And that's pretty much the gist of it. So I'm not sure what you mean by that. Is some kind of insinuation or what? What's up, Caden? How you doing? What's up? Hello. What's your question, Neva? Oh, my shoulder hurts. Yeah, no, that's cool. No, nobody has to use their real name and I don't care about anybody's name or where they're from. I didn't ask those stupid questions and I already addressed that. So you're cool. You don't have to say your name or do your name or where. None of that matters. I already addressed that. And I'm in with no way. In no way. I'm in. I agree with that. Like, I'm not interested in any job that would critique my God-given rights or my God in general. So, yeah, this is our country. This is America. We're free here. Guns are our right. Our God is our right. These are things we're allowed to do without anybody being able to say shit. And if they don't like it, that's cool. They can believe what they believe in their house. But nobody's allowed to tell you what to believe in your house. You know? So, yeah. Anyone else? Guns, freedom, us defending America. Anybody seen Red Dawn? Has anybody ever seen the original movie Red Dawn with like Patrick Swayze and Charlie Sheen? And, they attack America and the kids in the homeland defend their own homeland. That's what I'm saying. I think that an entire generation of people got closets of flak vests and magazines and AKs and M16s and shit. And when the actual thing happens, that's it, my man. Wolverines. That's what I'm saying. See, somebody's out there listening. That's what I'm talking about. That's the original jam. They're like, we're not going to take this crap. We're just football players minding our own business in a little mountain town. And you came and shot up the teachers? Well, and that would happen on like a millionfold. That is the only reason why no one ever comes here on land. That's why they're going to jihad us. They're not going to do it from outside. They're going to do it from inside. They're already working on it. They're all over the place. That's the discussion. They're already here. But the real Americans are already here. The real Americans are the heart. They are the soul. They are the actual territories of most of these places. So you guys got to be aware, man. You got to be aware what's coming from the inside threat. You can come in and pretend it's peace, but if you listen to them, their messages, their truth, what they're saying out loud, that's not what they want. They're saying they're going to be in all of our households, every single one of us. There won't be none of us left. So, USA, America first. I'm just saying, I'm going to catch you cats later. Peace out. Revradchad, God loves you.